Part 9. Property Insurance. Why your house is insured, but your life inside it isn't. Welcome back. By now, you probably notice a pattern. Insurance rarely fails loudly. It fails quietly, in the gaps people don't read. Property insurance is the perfect example. Most people say, "My house is insured." What they really mean is, the structure is insured, mostly. In Part 9, we're going to break down property insurance, the way a financial planner, not a real estate agent, would see it. Because property insurance doesn't protect your lifestyle, it protects balance sheets. 1. Property insurance exists because lenders demand it. Let's start with an uncomfortable truth. Most property insurance policies exist not to protect you, but to protect the lender. If you have a mortgage, insurance is mandatory. Coverage aligns with loan value. Loss payees include the bank. Your financial safety is secondary. Once you accept this, the policy language makes more sense. 2. The 3 illusions of property insurance. People believe 3 things that are often false. 1. My house is covered. 2. My belongings are covered. 3. If something happens, insurance will rebuild my life. In reality, coverage has limits. Valuation methods matter. Exclusions are everywhere. Property insurance covers structures, not disruption. 3. Replacement cost versus market value. This distinction destroys people financially. Market value, influenced by location, includes land, reflects demand, replacement cost, materials, labor, permits, inflation. Insurance covers replacement cost, not market value. In disasters, rebuilding costs spike. If your coverage didn't keep up, you pay the difference. 4. Underinsurance, the most common failure. Underinsurance happens when policies aren't updated, renovations aren't reported, inflation accelerates, material costs rise. People assume insurance will handle it. Then they discover coverage caps, co-insurance penalties, partial rebuilds. Being insured is not the same as being adequately insured. 5. Contents insurance, the stuff you think is covered. People underestimate the value of their belongings. Clothes, electronics, furniture, kitchen items. It adds up fast. Then they learn sublimits apply. High-value items need riders. Depreciation reduces payouts. Insurance counts value differently than you do. 6. Actual cash value versus replacement cost. This is one of the most expensive misunderstandings. Actual cash value ACV, replacement cost minus depreciation. Age-based valuation, lower payouts. Replacement cost, new for old. Higher premiums, better recovery. Many people unknowingly choose ACV and regret it later. 7. Natural disasters, the gaps that matter most. Floods, earthquakes, wildfires. These are often excluded. You don't discover this when buying the policy. You discover it after the event. Disaster insurance is fragmented by design, and fragmentation is expensive. 8. Renters insurance, the most undervalued policy. Renters think, I don't own the building. True, but you own belongings, liability risk, temporary displacement cost. Renters insurance is cheap. Not having it is expensive. It's one of the highest value-to-cost ratios in insurance. 9. Liability, the risk you didn't see coming. Property insurance often includes liability coverage. This protects you if someone gets injured on your property. You're sued for negligence. Accidents happen unintentionally. Legal risk is not hypothetical. It's statistically common. Liability claims cost more than fire claims in many cases. 10. Loss of use, the forgotten lifeline. If your home becomes uninhabitable, where do you live? How long? At what cost? Loss of use coverage pays for temporary housing, food adjustments, relocation costs, but limits apply. Time caps exist. Documentation is required. This is where lifestyle collapse happens. 11. Claims are financial negotiations. Property claims are not automatic. They involve adjusters, estimates, documentation, disputes. Insurers expect negotiation. They price policies assuming not everyone fights. Those who understand this recover more. 12. Deductibles and psychological pricing. High deductibles lower premiums, but increase stress, out-of-pocket shock, claim avoidance. People delay claims to save premiums. That defeats the purpose. Insurance is for volatility, not convenience. 13. Property insurance and climate reality. Climate risk is changing everything. Premiums rising, coverage shrinking, withdrawals from markets, risk reclassification. Property insurance is becoming a location-based financial decision. This affects home values, mortgage eligibility, long-term planning. Insurance risk is now asset risk. 14. Why claims hurt more than premiums? Paying premiums feels controlled. Claims feel chaotic. That's because claims force you into time pressure, emotional stress, financial exposure. Property insurance does not restore normal life. It funds reconstruction under stress. 15. The real purpose of property insurance. Property insurance doesn't protect your memories. It doesn't restore time. It doesn't reduce trauma. It limits financial damage. Nothing more, nothing less. Property insurance is structural. Your financial life is personal. The gap between those two is where most people get hurt. In the final part, we're going to connect everything: how to think about insurance as a system, not products, how to prioritize coverage, and how to stop overpaying for the wrong protection.